is indeed a straight view.
Okay. Now,
Just numbers on page 361. Where about on page 361? In exhibit triple J.
just place it on record fully.
On exhibit a triple J1, page 361 of 4,649. It reflects straight view as the tower from time 17:55:09 seconds to the bottom of the page at 21:41:40 seconds, still reflecting straight view as the tower.
Okay. Now, we going back to exhibit triple G1, page 50. Can you tell the court the time lapse between the first activity at 17:45 and 19 seconds, as well as 18:07:28? Can you account or tell us the time lapse?
So the difference in time is around about 22 minutes, maybe just over 22 minutes with a few seconds.
Okay. Just in simple terms. Now, explain in simple terms what you've just explained now. That from that particular tower to that other particular tower is 22 minutes.
There's no particular tower, my objection, my lord. The tower must be named because you're confusing the record.
So, I'm a firm believer in somebody who's new at the job, giving them a chance, walking them through it, being patient with them. And I do it as well in stores when I see someone is being trained. I exercise patience and grace. I mean, it is their first day on the job or whatever the case may be. I think I've given Sibanda enough grace, okay? It is time that he also improve on his skill set, on his game plan, speak with clarity, because I thought all this was done. I was so shocked this morning to hear, wait, we're still counting numbers? We're still in the numbers game with Pinky. We're not moving forward with conversational questions and asking things that are relevant to the murder of SENZO MEYIWA on the 26th of October, 2014. We're still going down the slippery slope. I mean, it is a lot. Guningi. And you know what? He says to Pinky, he starts off by saying, can you tell the court the time lapse between 17:45 and 19 seconds and 18:07 and 28? Can you tell the time lapse? Okay, you know what? That's a simple question. Fine, whatever. And then Pinky goes, it's 22 minutes. It's his follow-up question that just shocked me. He then says, can you explain in simple terms what you have just explained now? From that particular tower to that other particular tower. Sir, 22 minutes is 22 minutes. I mean, how else can Pinky explain it any simpler? Unless you wanted to convert it to seconds now. I don't, this was ridiculous to say the very least. And thankfully, Mshololo objected and said, what you talking? What are you talking about? There is no particular here. You gotta be specific. Remember, in law, in court, it's all about the facts. And he's gonna learn his Nganegwane, okay? He's gonna have to learn his Nganegwane. He's gonna have to prepare ahead of time so that he can speak at least with some form of confidence and speak knowing exactly what he wants, because he seems to rely a lot on Obaloi for reminders and then when Mshololo objected, I mean, he was so thrown off. Like, that threw him off completely. And then he turns to Judge Rata like with the pleading face of, help me out, bro. Help me out, get this woman to shut up, because I don't even know what to say to her. And now I'm discombobulated. I don't know what I'm doing. I truly don't know what I'm doing. Can somebody help me? I never thought I would ever say this. I never thought I would ever say this. But I miss Valoi. I miss Valoi and his big words and his random sentences and his long explanations to get to anything. But my preferences go towards Valoi. I'm really sad because we are not going to do cross-examination this week before they take a break. It's not going to happen. That's the reality. We're going to drag on with these numbers that Sibanda desperately wants us to put on record. And it's a lot. But you know what, Mzansi, I digress. Let's get back into whatever's going on here. Let's get back into it. Maybe we'll find, we'll pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Maybe. I don't know if we should hold out that much.
from Holt Street SGS1 to 2G Sprayed View SGS1.
Yes, you want to know?
Yes.
The time?
It's 22 minutes.
Yes.
So are you saying to this court for this device to pick up these two towers, 2G Holt Street, 2G Sprayed View, one has to travel around 22 minutes?
Objection, it can't be like that. It can't be, depending whether you're flying, you're driving, you're walking, you're cycling, or whatever that you're doing, or even you're walking. It's a very unheard guesswork that is going to be siphoned from this witness.
Yes, Mr.
So we'll leave that for arguments. That's why. Okay. Let's now refer to the 2nd of November. That will be on page... on page 19 of Exhibit Triple G1.
On page 19?
Yes, page 19. Around 2 November 2014 at 20:56. Can you place that information on record fully?
On the 2nd of November 2014 at 20:56 seconds, the number ending 8169 received a call from the number ending 2551. It lasted 38 seconds, and the tower picked up there was Bupang Khotso.
And then the next entry?
The next entry was still on the 2nd of November 2014 at 20:44:00 seconds. The number ending 8169 made an outgoing call to the number ending 2056. It lasted 53 seconds, and the tower picked up there was Moy Street.
Now let's do the same exercise. The time lapse between these two transactions, one picking up a tower at Bopang Khotso SGS1, the second one picking up a tower at 2G Moy Street SGS1.
24 minutes.
So is it your testimony now that if a device picks up a tower at Bopang Khotso SGS1?
No, but objection, man. This witness never made any testimony. She only testified that on this date, this time, on the 2nd of November 2014 and the 2nd of November 2014, at 20:56 and at 20:44:00, there was a call made by accused number 3 and a call received by accused number 3 and a call made by accused number 3. The one which he made out, the call that he received was picked up by the tower at Bopang Khotso, and the one that he made was picked up by the tower at Moy Street. This witness never said anything to suggest that this is therefore her testimony, unless the state wants to put words into wants to suggest something to this witness that this witness would then have to confirm. Never said anything beyond the towers that she testified about. It can't be her testimony then.
Yes, Mr. Sibanda'S.
But my lord, that is the point that I'm trying to get into, to confirm this, what is written on this section 205. And by extension of logic, it is evidence what is contained here.
When you say it is an extension of logic, are you saying the same device picks up a particular number, and after about a lapse of about 20, is it how many minutes?
She said 24 minutes.
24 minutes.
Yes.
That same device picks up a number after an interval of some time.
That is correct, and that's what is written here.
Yeah, but they say you must put it so that they understand it.
But it's on paper.
Because they say this witness is not saying that. Are you not saying that, ma'am?
I am presenting what is here on the data.
And what does that say?
In my own words,
Yeah.
it was that this device was picked up by 2 different towers at 2 different times on the same date.
Yeah, they say a cat can be skinned many times.
And I
That's
don't
what
know
the
what,
witness now says. What you want to rephrase what you want to say, you.
no,
Mr.
my lord,
Sibanda.
because it's what it says. It picks up 2 different towers in the space of 24 minutes.
The
That's
same
what
device?
Yes.
And these towers are obviously apart.
That's correct.
So there must have been motion. Okay,
Exactly.
fine. You can argue that, they say.
It's fine.
So today, Valoilite is not getting things done the way he's used to. Why? Because Ramasipili, when he was going through accused number 2's phone activity transactions, Ramasipili was not objecting to anything. It was a continuous train. However, MNISI is the complete opposite, okay? MNISI wants to understand everything. He wants to know the page. He wants to know the location on the page. He wants to know the tower, okay? And he doesn't want any random sentences being put when he's talking about his client. And you know what? Kudos to MNISI for that, being on top of the money. Because, hello, Pinky says the time lapse is about 24 minutes. And then Sibanda says, is it your testimony now that if a device picks up a tower? And this is like, no, stop it right there. First of all, she didn't testify. She was just reading the record. Let's start with that. Okay. And he says, objection, my lord, this witness never gave a testimony, okay? She only read activity into the record, and this witness never said this is her testimony. Unless the state is trying to walk her down a slippery slope, okay, and suggest something to this witness that she would then have to confirm. And I'm not having any of that, okay? I'm not letting that moment happen and then try to backtrack it and get it off the record. Nisi is like, we're stopping this right here, right now. And then Sibanda jumps in and tries to explain himself. And then he says, by extension of logic, what are you talking about? It is her evidence what she is saying, so therefore it's logical that this is what it means. And Judge Rata says, well, if a device picks up at tower number 1 and then it goes on to tower number 2, then it shows that there is motion and that there was a 24-minute time span. Okay? And Sibanda goes, exactly. That's really, really what I'm trying to say. But the objection is in. So in my opinion, I think MNISI should not have objected. Why? This was an own goal for him. And for the accused number 3, why do I say that? Because Sibanda says a device. Remember when he said, is it the device connecting to the tower or is it a human connecting to the tower? And again, all these numbers are irrelevant, okay? Because how can we prove that you actually had your number in your possession? Who had his device? That is something that now the state has to work on, because they keep saying a device, but they're not putting the device in the hands of the accused, and neither are they producing his recorded voice on these transactions. So let me know what you think about that, but I'm thinking that was an on goal. Nisi should have let it happen. But let's continue along.
Now let's proceed to page 11. The last time the number ending with 8169 picked up a signal.
On which date?
26 October 2014.
On the 26th of October 2014 at 20:32:57 seconds, 8169 was last used at that time when it received an SMS, and the tower that was picked up there was Groot Street.
Okay. Now, on that, hypothetically speaking, if we can place now this phone around this time in motion.
No, objection. It can't be hypothetical. We're dealing with facts here. We're dealing with scientific evidence. This document is based on scientific evidence. It can't be hypothetical.
Okay,
because
factually.
Hypothetical simply means assumptions. And this court does not deal with assumptions.
Factually, based on what you said earlier about 22 and 24 minutes, put that at the back of your mind. From this time, if you can place this device in motion, can it be at Bopang Khotso or Spread View Tower within 24 hours? 24 minutes, sorry.
But that is the very same objection, my lord, which was raised, because this initially this witness was requested to comment on whether is it possible for a person to be at the I mean, to be at Holt Street within 22 minutes when he was at Bopang Tower, then the challenge is, it depends on the mode of transport that witness was using. Because if he was flying, of course, it was possible.
No, time
if
is-
he was riding,
The logic is wrong. Time is static. Whether you're flying, driving, 24 minutes is 24 minutes.
yes, but my lord, it depends on
that's
whether
how-
on the speed that
I'm
you're
not
using.
arguing, I'm not arguing what you are trying to argue with this gentleman. I'm just saying the logic of time is static. 24 minutes is 24 minutes.
But now
It doesn't
the state
change
is
whether
saying, is it
it doesn't
possible?
change whether you're driving,
Yes.
whether you're flying, whether you're running. 24 minutes is 24 minutes between the two towers. That's how I understand the evidence.
But now the state wants this witness to testify whether, I mean, to indicate whether is it possible. Is it possible?
Is
It
that what-
depends on what you are using. If you are going to move from Bopang Tower to Holt Street within that 24 minutes, that's how I understand. That's what I understand the state to mean, my lord.
Okay. What do you say, man?
So, my lord, in my opinion, I would say if you are in a motor vehicle, it's possible. But obviously, if you're on a skateboard, it's not possible, or on a bicycle, to be from one area with a 24-minute distance during that time.
Okay.
I think Advocate Mngomezulu has an objection. He's trying to say
what?
something to me. Advocate Mr. Mngomezulu.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. I will not dwell much on that. You've already said enough regarding the time. Now, let's move to page 183 of the same exhibit GG1. Can you tell this court, as the RICA legislation, is it a statutory requirement that a user or a subscriber must RICA their cell phone numbers?
Yes, as per the RICA Act, all SIM cards must be registered.
Can I, Roni Sibanda, RICA my SIM card as Charles MNISI?
No, not at all.
Let my lord, how does my name feature there?
Are you Charles?
Yes.
Is that so?
Otherwise, unless the state is suggesting that at one point or the other, there's a fraudulent thing that I did about RICA. I did not get him. May he kindly repeat himself.
I was just demonstrated by way of an example, my lord.
Okay.
Why his name?
Hmm?
Why do you use his name?
I will use A and B, my lord. Yes, okay. Let's just change the name to A and then B. So he said no.
Yes.
Can you now, on that page where it says MSIDN, can you please the phone number on record?
2772 766 8169.
And then the IMSI SIM card number?
6550 1224 9151 373.
IMSI number yakhona 6550 11224 9151 373.
And then on page 11 of the same exhibit, is it still the same IMSI number? Just at the beginning of the page or anywhere on that page 11?
It is the same number reflecting on both pages.
And the ICC ID number? What is it?
It is 8922 49 with 7 zeros 1513739.
And then the SIM start date?
SIM start date is 17 May 2014 at 9:58:09 seconds.
And the SIM end date?
This is a generic date of 01/01/2050 00:00:00 seconds.
RICA registration date?
Start date 10 March 2012 at 10:59:17 seconds.
I think you've already placed the record registration end date.
End date is generic as well, which is 01/01/2050 00:00:00 seconds.
ID number. Can you just place the last four ID number for the safety?
9083.
And then the first name,
Ntombizini.
surname,
Majola.
physical address,
Number 19 York Road, Glitz.
and then agent ID,
It's ICAP /VSP 24448 KSNHO.
okay? Agent name and surname.
Sohail Shabazz.
Evidence before this court, case number 3 through his advocate indicated that this number belongs to him. Does his name appear on the record document?
What is the accused name?
Tobisi Prince Nobe.
This does not appear on this RICO information.
Thank you. My lord, we'll move to another exhibit. But we want to refer back to an earlier exhibit as well. Exhibit DD5E, Roman figure 1. I'll refer back to two exhibits that I referred to earlier. Exhibit DD5. I will use them together, my lord. My lord, I want to just highlight a few aspects. I know on Friday we went through this exhibit, but I just want to highlight a few aspects before I move to exhibit JJ8. Just few, my lord. Yes. Let's start 17 June 2020, 085108.
The number ending 6890 was on voicemail. That call came from a number ending 7786. Lasted 2 seconds. And there's no tower defined there.
And then if we refer the court to exhibit DD5, index number 228. Can you place index number 228 on record?
228 reflects Ndiza.
Just for the sake of clarity, where the witness is referring to is the download that was done by Colonel House, the phone book of accused number 2. And then the number there, 228
081 057 5586.
Is it now the same number that attempted to call accused number 2?
Yes.
And then immediately after that entry, is it still the same number?
Thereafter, at 9:37:18 seconds, the same number appears. The number ending 6890 was still on voicemail.
Okay, so it seems all that with regards to accused number 3 was for Sibanda to get to the point of saying the number that ends in 8169 has been recorded, okay, on the 10th of March 2012 to Mtobizini. Now I'm talking like Piki. To Mtobizini Majola, okay? And then the SIM start date was the 17th of May 2014. And Upinki is asked, can you confirm if you see, accused number 3's name anywhere on that record document? And she says, no, I don't see it. What's his name? And she tells him his name. And she goes, nope, I don't see it. And then that is it. Sibanda moves on to talking back takes us right back to the 17th of June 2020, where he now wants to talk about accused number 2 again. And he has a few points. Obviously, he forgot to bring those up on Friday with some coaching from Ubaloi. Now he's going to tidy it up for us. I'm going to leave this video here so that it's not too long. And then we're going to regroup in the next video and continue on with what points Banda's trying to drive around accused number 2. But I have a hunch that says, yeah, well, it's going to be a while before he gets to his point because that is his signature line, okay? And there was a point where he was trying to bring a point. He was trying to bring a point with regards to RICA legislation, and Pinky says, yeah, the RICA legislation says that a cell phone number must be registered. Now, you see, that came to me as an absolute shock. Let me know in the comment section if you have a cell number and it's not registered, okay? I don't think that all cell numbers are registered. I could be wrong. But, you know, let me know in the comment section. I don't think that Miss Pinky is right on that one. I truly don't. But, okay, back to that point, because there I go digressing again. Sibanda says, can I, Urani Sibanda, RICA my SIM card as Charles MNISI? Nisi says, wait a minute. How is my name coming into play? Are you trying to insinuate that I have been recurring incorrect information? Where are we going with this? I am so confused. Can you repeat yourself? And then he says, no, I was just using your name as an example. And Nisi goes, why my name? Judge Rata goes, are you Charles? And Nisi goes, yes, that's my name. So, yeah. So, anyway, Sibanda ends up changing it to user A and user B, which is what he should have done initially and not confuse the record. But you know what? If you've made it this far in the video, you absolutely have my heart. You have part of our VIP gang. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because this helps our channel grow. Also, as well, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you're watching from outside the club, what are you waiting for? It is absolutely free to subscribe, so join the family. And that is it from me today. I'll catch you on my next upload, so make sure you turn on your notifications. Thanks for watching.